Yo, what is up, guys? It's CWL week. You know what that means. It means we have wars going at Black Rose. We are currently at a 21 win streak. With this war, we just blew out this opponent. They were Persian, I believe, and we had 18-1 triples, and we had an outstanding performance by all different players. And I really want to show off, all the attacks. So this is going to be a little bit longer of an episode. I myself ended up with 4 out of 8 triples, and then I actually had 2 time fails, so I should have had 6 out of 8. But it was definitely my best war, and as you can see, we had a lot of people that had a lot of good attacks and a lot of good triples, and we're gonna show off as many as we can right here, and which is gonna be all of them. And they only ended up with 1 triple against us, and unfortunately, I think they kind of gave up after they saw us putting up a lot of triples. And, look at that name right there, Alabala. DCT, which is Dreams Come True. So it looks like they were affiliated with Dreams Come True. So good to put up some good numbers against this clan. And I'm going to start off this with a triple with my signature Kill Squad Hog attack. And I've had a lot of people actually start using this attack. I copied the layout and stuff. Like a couple friends from War Kings, King White actually did, and it's just a super reliable attack. You can use it for almost anything, whether it's pushing or wars. A lot of times I'll modify the army based on for war attacks, based on like the enemy's base, and maybe I'll add 2 P.E.K.K.A.s in there for a little bit heavier funnel, or etc., etc. But as you can see from here, I was able to funnel with my king and then P.E.K.K.A on the other side. And then, I always pick my hogs. 9 times out of 10, I pick the side that my healers are getting targeted, because I really want my healers to stay alive, to stay with the queen. Because even if, the hogs fizzle out at the end, if my queen stays up with all those healers, then she'll take out the remaining, because a lot of times the hogs will take out the all the inside defensive structures. Like in this one, you can kind of see the hogs were able to clean out all the inside, and then that queen can stay alive to clean up and take out the rest of the structures, even if it's one wall in. So that's kind of my thought process behind that. It's worked out well so far, and I just want to keep going with these hog attacks. I'm loving hogs. And then actually, this is my next attack. This is a prime example of a base where I substituted a healer and a bowler and a couple other troops to make a little bit heavier funnel, because obviously I needed those troops I needed my kill squad to get in there, and it was kind of more of a difficult funnel, so I really needed to ensure that that funnel into that town hall area. Then I jump into the core there, and then using that V word, we're getting that value, and I mean just these troops in the center of that kill squad just going ham, And then look at where I send my hogs. They were maybe a little late because my healers fizzled out and died, but they did go on the same side as the healers. And then from there, just a couple heal spells. I wasn't able to get an Inferno with my kill squad on this raid, so I generally use 1 heal spell per every multi-target Inferno square. And then notice how I used 2 backside loons to distract that wizard tower just for a second. They didn't last the whole time, but enough to distract that wizard tower from targeting my hogs. And then the queen, king, P.E.K.K.A, warden, and then plenty of hogs for cleanup, stay up. Yeah. Chris, my man, has been on a roll. He has been killing it like crazy. And his signature attack right now is actually Sui Heroes, and then Sui Lalo. So it's the perfect attack, because if you can Sui your heroes on the town hall and then Lalo the rest of the base with a skeleton spell over the queen, I mean, it's just perfect, unless you have some type of enemy CC that is just going to dominate your Lalo, like, I don't know, a baby dragon or something like that. But, I mean, notice here how he's able to funnel those that queen in to get that town hall. Almost got it, but now look at his adjustment. I'm sure he had a different plan for the adjustment, but he goes and suicides a couple loons just to take down that town hall. So from there, he's Laloing a 2 Hound, 1 Stone Slammer Lalo. obviously 1 Stone Slammer because that's a siege. With the backside heal, a couple backside haste as well to get through those defenses. But I mean, that's just a super OP attack. It's worked out so good for him. He's been doing it in CWL and in Wars and everything, and I think that's going to be the attack of the future right there, that Sui Hero Lalo, because you get so much value with Sui and your heroes on the Town Hall, and then Lalo the rest. So next up is Chris again, and he's going to be doing the same style of attack. A few different modifications, just because of the base. So notice how he's using that baby dragon to funnel that one side, and then using the king to ante up there, uses that baby dragon and a wizard to help take down that king. And then the king uses his ability. Notice that the wall breakers there were absolutely perfect to open that target for the town hall. Queen is going to Sui herself on that town hall, which is just huge. And gets rid of that tornado trap. So absolutely perfect. And then from there, look at the Lalo portion. He's got a great area of which he wants to Lalo this, and uses that Stone Slammer as a tank for one side, and then the Hounds as a tank on the other. And then, look at the skeleton traps over the Queen, Warden's ability over the Queen as well, just to keep those loons up. Those hastes are just perfect. And then that healing spell on the closest multi-target Inferno. I mean, these guys, this attack just pushed over that base so evenly. I mean, it was like in a solid line all the way across. What a perfect raid. What a perfect raid. Chris is just absolutely killing it lately. Absolutely. We're very excited to see his potential and everything going on. And then now is Shaner. Shaner obviously is the OP, just legendary player from Parabellum. And he is going to be doing a P.E.K.K.A. His signature attack, which is the P.E.K.K.A. Witch attack. He doesn't even have any bowlers in this comp. He's just using mass witches, which is absolutely crazy. I love commentating on these raids because there's just so much going on that I don't necessarily understand. I've never really worked with witches that much except for like P.E.K.K.A. Witch. But this is P.E.K.K.A. Witch Bat. And it's just crazy how it's unbelievable how deep those witches can actually get into the core there, because they're not the most high hit point structure or hit point troops, and those skeletons just get out in front, and then those couple P.E.K.K.A.s in front as well to tank for those witches, which is it's just so cool. Even the big bombs, as he just saw, didn't take them out. So yeah, and he basically just went straight in for the town hall to create like an L-shaped pattern, because this base had that already, basically the L shape, just because of the layout, and just dominated, took advantage of that. Absolutely, what a great attack. Shaner always has these crazy awesome attacks with that comp. Yeah, buddy. And next up is Tony, or Dez, and Dez is just doing an awesome job. She has pulled out like at least 1 to 2 triples every war. She's really getting good with this P.E.K.K.A. Bobat. And yeah, notice, she goes a little bit heavy on the funnels. She does the E-Dragons on both sides, which is, in speaking terms, that's generally a lot, because, that's 30 housing space for the troops. So, you make sure you get your value out of that funnel with the E-Drags, and then from there, one thing that actually is really cool about this raid is she doesn't use a jump spell. And I've watched her do a lot of these attacks, and in none of them, she never uses a jump spell. She always just just lets the troops go in as they please, and it works out pretty well. And notice here, she didn't even have to use that freeze on that one wizard tower, and then these multi-target infernos are locked onto the kill squad going right through the core there, which is absolutely perfect. And these bats, just taking out all the remaining defenses, even the last 2 Teslas, and then the troops split up on the direct opposite side of the entry of this base of the kill squad, and we're able to clean up, so it wasn't a time fill. So just, crazy. I don't know how the troop AI works for breaking through walls, but she gets pretty good, really good with that. Yes, sir. And now it's Chris again. Chris, he had 3 triples this war, and it's just absolutely crazy. 3 triples. If you're getting over 2 triples in a war, it's just like, wow, what are you on, man? What are you on? And this is during CWL, so there's absolutely no foul play. We're here to represent, we're here to play and have fun in Black Rose during CWL, and we're killing it. And, same thing when we're in JO, fair play, and we just love winning. And, I think we have some of the best fair play attackers in the game right now. And now he's doing, the same thing as you noticed, the suicide Lalo, and, uses 1 hound for the tank, and then uses 2 hounds for the tanks, and then uses a Stone Slammer for the other tank with good freeze spells, good healing spells, Warden's ability, when those balloons are under the biggest amount of damage, and it just works out really well. That Lava Hound is obviously super annoying. Breaks finally get the pups out, and then the pups move on to the other trash structures. The loons start going ham, and he even has a swag haste, which he's going to use to help clean up the troops. Clean up the trash structures around the base. That's awesome. We had so much fun this war. We were just dominating. All right, now we have VA. And VA, look at this wonky base, right? It's such a weird base. He's going to be doing a queen charge, or queen walk / charge hog attack. So he's pushing that wall wrecker in the opposite side of the town hall to get that multi-target inferno, and then is actually going to jump into the core there to get that eagle artillery and archer queen. And notice the king is just getting so much value on that top side, and he hasn't even used his ability yet. This raid, he's going to be hitting 50% before he even enables or puts down his main hogs, which is just absolutely insane. Yeah, 53% when he sent the hogs in. And, that king just took out probably 20% alone. Queen took out probably 20% in the center, and then the P.E.K.K.A. on the other end took out the rest. And then he sends the hogs in from the 6 o'clock to take out that multi-target infernos, and then gets into the town hall, uses a rage on the town hall, actually. Warden's ability with a couple hogs that are left standing, but that queen is still at full health and plenty of cleanup troops. And eventually those hogs, they make it to the end, and that's a wrap. So VA, that was a super good queen charge hog attack. Now, Brett from the zoo here. Now, for those of you who don't know, Brett from the zoo actually owns a zoo in Australia, I believe it is. And so super cool, man. This guy is such a genuine player and such a nice guy. And, he's starting to get really OP with this attack. And, it's not necessarily, you definitely don't see this attack so much as being an elite attack, having the giant bowler witches basically spammed, but he's actually done really well with it, and he's making this old attack look really well. Notice that the troops just cleaned out the complete center of this base. That's just absolutely unreal. This is another one of those raids where I'm just sitting here like, man, what a crazy triple, because you just don't expect to see 9 times out of 10 you don't expect that, to triple, and Brett from the zoo makes it look like that was child's play there, and against look who that was against, a DCT member. All right, now here's another raid, kind of similar to the last one that I showed on here. I definitely want to go harder with the funnel. I didn't substitute the other one for a P.E.K.K.A., but I did use that baby dragon and then a wizard on the 2 army camps, and then I sent in only a couple hogs that were going to take out that archer tower, because that archer tower was the thing that it was going to make my troops wander. And here also there's that dark builder's hut that was also a worry, but actually one of my bowlers goes to it and cleans it out. Jump spell into the core, gets rid of the CC, the Eagle Artillery, the enemy queen, a couple expos there, and then again, see my healers getting targeted by that multi-target Inferno. I'm going to send my hogs on that side to keep those healers alive. And then, yeah, these hogs, like I said, I use one heal spell per multi-target Inferno area, most likely. That way, it just takes the most benefit, because generally there's a giant bomb there, or a bomber tower, or, just a lot of traps that will damage the hogs. And it's just good to keep them alive in that multi-target Inferno area, because if you let it go, that thing targets 5 troops at a time. So, yeah, it's 5 hogs just going down. And, yeah, good spot to put heal spells. All right, and now this is my raid at number 4, my triple number 4 here. I did hit it once before, so I did have a scout on it, and I kind of knew what I wanted to do. I did my king on the left-hand side of the funnel, made sure I got rid of that enemy barbarian king, and then also wanted to get rid of the rest of the funnel on the left-hand side, so I sent a hog in there to kind of do work on that hidden Tesla. And then the pick on the right-hand side, there was a corner Tesla there that I put a loon on, and that finished that. Jump spell right into the core. The great thing about this base is there's a natural funnel into the core where that 2-tile moat is, and the kill squad is just going to push straight through and then eventually go to the right, which is really good, because then my queen and the kill squad kind of split up. Queen makes it through and just targets the defenses on the other side of the moats, and my hogs just work around that outside ring of defenses, heal spells for all those multi-target Inferno areas, and then clean up super easy. I mean, there's so many hogs left alive. That was just a piece of cake raid, honestly. Piece of cake. Yeah, that was a real fun attack. I had a lot of confidence in that one. And next up, oh boy, is Annie. And, we've actually seen this base a couple times on my channel. It's, I mean, you show it off as it's actually a really cool base, and you expect it to hold up a lot of triples, but we've kind of figured out how to triple it pretty easily. And notice he's going to be doing a queen charge with the wall breakers, and then that king's going to do the funnel on the other side. And that eagle artillery is just in super easy distance of basically everything. Unfortunately, there is a lava loon CC, which is a kind of a pain in the butt. But notice these wall breakers, man. That was a triple wall breaker entry. Absolutely OP, and is able to take down 2 multi-target Infernos, the eagle artillery, enemy CC, and now is going to take out the enemy queen. That might be the most valuable queen charge we have showed on this channel. And she took out, basically 50% of the space just in that pathway that she had, and even triggers the tornado trap so that those loons don't have to deal with it. The Lalo starts at the 6 o'clock and actually pushes clockwise up to 12 o'clock. Some good haste spells. That Stone Slammer was tanking for the most part. That queen was able to get a couple shots on that multi-target Inferno before the rest of the loons arrived and took it out. And then, a couple archers just to ease the pain with the cleanup, and then a few extra wall breakers, which was really cool. I mean, this was just OP. Look at all the loons and all the cleanup troops left alive. The one thing you want to take note of is how he was smart and used minions on the downside cleanup, because that king was still alive. If you put ground troops down there, then the king is going to take him out and might give you a time fail. So something to think about and look forward to. Air Jake, my man, this guy has been going off as well. I actually don't even know what clan he's originally from, but I do know that when he joins and attack in wars with us, dude, we love this guy. He is putting up triples like crazy. Air Jake, it's always good to have him in, and especially I love him even more now because look at the raid that he's doing. And look at he knows that a jump spell is 7 tiles, right? So a 7-tile jump spell placement right in there gets the eagle artillery, the enemy queen, and then these hogs have the easiest pathway straight through. The queen is able to take out those skeleton traps that are doing damage on those hogs as well. And then notice the heal spells just right along each time around those multi-target Infernos, so this is kind of a tutorial almost on Kill Squad hog attacks. There's been so many triples in this war of it. And then, yeah, notice he has the minions on the backside, a couple of wizards, and that queen's still full health, and that warden at a really good chunk of health as well, just taking out the rest of these trash structures. So, Air Jake, I couldn't have made that look better myself, so that was a beautiful raid, man, and always glad to have you. Beautiful hit. All right, now we have Palo. And Palo is going to be doing a Sui Hero Lalo, and we've noticed this base. We've seen this base a couple times before as well, and it's just huge value if you suicide the heroes and you get perfect wall breakers in there, because that wall breaker or that queen, once the wall breakers open, is going to take out the enemy king, the multi-target inferno there, the town hall, and then the pathway is already a L shape because of this base design. It's just a perfect Sui Lalo, and yeah, there's so many troops there left alive. You notice how he freezes and rages those loons over that Eagle Artillery. Use the Warden's ability when that last Eagle Artillery bombardment of shots goes down on those loons. And I mean, look at how many loons are left, guys. You don't see that often. Like we preach about some really good Lalo attacks that you see here, but I mean, this might be one of the best. I mean, look at how many troops are left alive, and the cleanup just on point. So much value with the swag haste. So, Palo, awesome job, man. Awesome. All right, we have 4 more. These are going to be going kind of at high rate because they're the same base. And this is a trophy base. You see this a lot. Now look at how much value there is with the E-clone there. JD9 cracked this base, and he does this for multiplayer or Legend League pushing as well. Just look at this, 56% before he sends in his hogs, and then these hogs just take out the town hall, and then the warden's ability over the hogs is just perfect because the warden and all the hogs stay up to where they can do easy cleanup. But I mean, it's such an easy E-clone base. He even had swag hogs there. He didn't even use them also. Such an easy E-clone base. Watch again coming up. Not this raid. This raid is a anti-3-star base that we were able to crack pretty easy. But the next one are going to be JD on the same base. And this base has been going around a little bit as well. I remember this was a tiny base, and I think I was one of the first ones to see it, and now it's kind of been cracked and not as consistently defended. But look at the placement of the wall breakers again, just getting such good value, guys. Do you see that? Those, if it didn't get taken out by that expo right there, the wall breaker would have been a 1, 2, 3 tile diagonal break into the core there. But the one that he just did was enough to get that Eagle Artillery down, and then actually the queen is going to target that wall in front to make it so that she bounces through. And then from there is just going to Lalo with the Stone Slammer and a Hound. And it's basically easy money after that. Look at that Stone Slammer creating such an easy funnel for those loons over that town hall, and taking out a multi-target Inferno as well. The queen is still up, just uses her ability to smack through that wall, and then she's going to kind of get stuck on walls and whatnot, but that's why there's extra loons and extra cleanup, because that is just the easiest way to look at all the swag spells right in the core there. What an OP raid, Palo. That was incredible, man. We love seeing those trips. Alright, so now here we go. We got JD again, and this is going to be that base. Notice the E-clone value. He starts it off the exact same. The E-clone gets all the way up to that Eagle Artillery. Unfortunately, wasn't able to take it out in that one, just because of that air defense down there. But he sues the heroes up top, gets rid of that enemy CC, enemy queen, which is what you want to look out for, and then he's going to do his mass hogs in from the 3 o'clock over the town hall, rage spell over the town hall, warden's ability as well, and he just timed that perfectly with the percentage for that town hall to activate, and then gets rid of the Eagle Artillery, and then super cleanup. Look at all those goblins there. I really want to know how many goblins are there. You'd have to go check at the beginning of the raid to see. That was awesome. Awesome. And then JD again on the same base, E-clone. Absolutely same base. Drop a couple loons to get that those Seeking Air Mines, and then the E-Dragons just absolutely dominated this time on this base. Look at that. That's insane. And then Sui and Heroes again up top, same defensive CC, same plan with the Sui Heroes getting that queen out of the way, and then drops a few hogs in, repetition, heal spells over to that town hall, heal spells over that multi-target Inferno, and then Warden's ability, obviously, and boom, another wrap. Such a cool raid, JD. Way to crack that one, man, because that's a lot of people are having trouble with that. Well, all right, guys. Black Rose 18-1 triples against this Persian clan. Again, we put up some insane numbers, my best war yet, obviously, and really looking forward to continuing on this streak and then and moving on to JO again. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Stay tuned.